It is Leonie Carpenter for Chelsea Fans TV. I am joined by the lovely Lewis. Now, Lewis had the pleasure of having myself behind him all of this game. That was beautiful, wasn't it?
Well, anything was better than the game, I'll say, because the game was horrific. I can't be happy coming out of this. I'll be real. Look at the way that we played. Look how good we made Plymouth look. I'll give Plymouth credit because they still played well throughout the 120 minutes, but we made it so easy for them. And it's the same shit that we have seen for the last 2 months happening again and again and again. We are being saved by our centre-backs and our full-backs. We have been being saved by them the entire season, and we needed that again today. You need an Azpi back heel, and we needed Alonso. I didn't even see the second goal, to be honest. But it was just pressure. That's all it was. We kept applying pressure, and eventually something worked. But that's it. It was an eventually factor. And even then, we got saved by Kepa at the end for a penalty. It was a tragic performance today. Absolutely awful. And we'll talk about Lukaku, and rightly so, because he just got pocketed by about 2 League One players. But we don't even need to just talk about him. Talk about the attack as a whole. Our entire attack is not good enough right now. We spent the whole game chanting for Werner to come on, and then Werner came on and just chased his touch.
I was going to say, Lewis, what did you make of the team selection to begin with?
Is what it is. He's experimenting, he's making a system that's meant to be better for Lukaku, but Lukaku isn't turning up. So I can't blame Thomas Tuchel for it. He weren't even there for this game, to be honest. That might have had an impact on our performance, but I don't want to make excuses. We were not good enough. The midfield, we were getting eaten alive. It was just Kovacic, really. I don't think Jorginho had the best of performances. Defensively, we were okay, but they were still suspect at times. AC struggled a little bit in periods. Rudiger and Saul were struggling on the left-hand side too, which again is why didn't we go for a left-back in January where we had a clear option to do it? I don't know, but we're here. And then the attack, like we said, I'd say it's predictable, but it's like every game we come up with new ideas of how to miss the net. Either you'll have Havertz who came on and then missed 2 clear-cut passes and then missed a chance from 2 yards out. Werner came on. I didn't even get why we were chanting for Werner to come on. It's like, you need a goal and you're asking for him to come on. Like, what? I don't get it. And I'm not even trying to say this to be disrespectful to the players, but I've lost all confidence in all of our attackers. And it's not one or the other, it's all of them. Lukaku was absolute trash today. Ball just rebounded off him the whole time. He's got absolutely no touch, no ball control, and he made it easy for them. Hudson-Odoi didn't take on anybody. Didn't take on a single player today. Made it easy for them. Ziyech, it was just hope balls from him today. Hope balls. He was probably the best attacker that we had. Mason Mount, fair play, got the assist for the first goal. Still struggled with his end product. And it's the same thing for all of our attackers. And that's the reason why we've been struggling this season. In spite of the injuries, in spite of the problems with Chilwell being on at left wing back or suspensions or even the Rona. Our problem has been that our attack does not create good enough chances, or it doesn't take its chances. It's always one or the other, and we saw both of it today. Let's be real, we are so lucky not to be getting knocked out. Plymouth, for all rights, they should have knocked us out. But we made it hard for ourselves. At the very least, we got 2 goals from our defenders. Same story as the entire season, but it wasn't good enough.
Well, that's the thing as well. And we've had a break as well. Could you tell that we'd had a break? We get criticised a lot as well because we're tired, we're fatigued. But now we've had a break, and that still didn't seem to make a difference. What do you make of all that?
Maybe Plymouth had an extra game last week and they had better sharpness. I do think that would be a factor in it too. But we're meant to be the team with the better quality, and I did not see that from anybody today. Our best players were probably Kovacic. Azpilicueta was, I think, decent going forward, but defensively he struggled. I think he grew into the game as well because he didn't start well either. I thought AC looked good except for a little 5-10 minute spell. Same thing for Rudiger. But that's it really. We're being saved by our defence. Kepa as well for the saves in the second half too, and the penalty save. I've got to give him credit for that too. But we have an attack that we spent, 350 million on? And I can't see anything even worth a quarter of that from our attack right now. And they've just been being carried. That's my main point. We have been carrying this attack and it's going on for way too long. I know Tuchel is trying to do the best with the tools that he has right now, but they're not working.
So do you think it's down to the players then?
100% the players. Like, Tuchel can't make Cho take on players successfully. He can't make Lukaku have a better touch. He can't make half of these players have better decision-making in the box. He can't make Werner finish his chances. He can't make them do that. He puts you in the situation to be able to take those chances or to create them, and then it's up to you from there. And they're not doing it. None of them are doing it. Like, we'll look at this attack and we'll say Ziyech has been on form now because he had a good game against Tottenham here and then. There's no consistency whatsoever in this team, and that's the reason why we keep falling out of title races in December. We are not consistent at all. If anything, just complacent.
Why do you think that is? Do you think it sort of ripples through the team, or is it individuals in particular? Why do you think this is happening?
I don't know, because let's be real. This has not just been a problem from this season, this has been a problem since 17-18, where we struggled to finish our chances. We've changed players, we brought new players in, the problem still remains the same. Either it's got something to do with our scouting, and we just pick whatever's the trendy player at the time to go after, like Werner when he's balled out in the Bundesliga, Lukaku after he's carried into Milan to Serie A. It's got to be one of those problems, because let's be real, Tuchel has been the best manager we've had for years. He's changed systems and still been able to get the best out of the team as a whole, but as soon as we get to the final third, we collapse every single time. And the problem is there. You want to look at the midfield? We put more pressure on the midfield when we lose the ball and attack rashly. The defence, there is nothing wrong with the defence. They're the ones carrying us through in attack as well as defence. The problem is with our attackers, and a lot of them need to be shipped out for me.
Who in particular?
I can't even really go for specific names, but you could get rid of any of them for me. Cho at the very least could do with a loan spell. I'd keep Mason Mount, I'd keep Kai Havertz because of you. The rest of them, they're older, they need to be showing more experience, they need to be showing better decision making, and they're not showing it at all. We're struggling. Absolutely struggling. I can give some players the benefit of the doubt because of youth, but even then, it's like you've been here at Chelsea for at least 3 seasons now. Maybe if the likes of Kai Havertz is 2. But you've been here in England for over a year now. You need to start adapting to the English game. And we're not seeing it. We're just seeing us spam about 100 crosses into the box, get about 5 on a player's head, and maybe if we're lucky, one of them goes into the back of the net. That's the same story every single game with us.
Do you think it would be any different if we did have Chilwell and Reece James back very quickly?
I mean, we'd be able to build up from the wings better, and we'd be able to get more end product from there too. But I don't even want to use that to scapegoat the players that played there, because I thought Azpi grew into the game well, and Alonso weren't even that bad when he came on. I'll be real, Saul wasn't great at left back, but when we moved him into centre back, we got a bit better of a performance from him. But we should have gone for a left back in January too. Like, we were screaming out, improve that position, because we are struggling with the options that we have there, and we haven't done it. So now we've got a makeshift centre back in there, or Marcos Alonso, who respectfully is clearly past it. So I don't know where we go from here, because we have the quality, we just struggle to show it. Absolutely struggle to show it, so I don't know where we go.
Well, where we can go, Lewis, is in the next round of the FA Cup, so we will take that at least. Thank you very much.
It wasn't real. Do you know what I'm saying? That was an out-of-body experience. I can't believe that just happened. Do you know when you leave your body because you can't believe what actually you witnessed? That's what that game was. I'm still shaking. Do you know what I'm saying?
What's the overriding emotion?
Where do we go from here? Because like a lot of people are happy. I'm just relieved. Obviously, I through to the next round, but where do you start? Like, where do you want me to start with how we played today?
Let's start with the attack, shall we?
Listen.
Because you are, or were, a massive fan of Lukaku. Let's start with him. Sum up his game for me.
I've been run amok and flat out deceived. That's what's happened. I've been deceived. I saw his beautiful bald head and got blinded. I was distracted. And then he came out and bust down on the interview for Inter Milan. Do you know what I'm saying? Moving like he's working in a strip club. What's happening? What's this? And then you come onto the pitch and you're getting bullied by some players from Plymouth. No disrespect to them, because I feel Plymouth, they actually wanted it today. That's why they even got that goal in the first place. But why is Lukaku getting bodied in the box? Upstairs, mentally, he's lost the plot. Clearly, he's lost the plot. This isn't someone that cares right now. And you know, the thing of human beings, is easy to tell when someone doesn't care. Lukaku clearly doesn't care. So the fact that you've got this guy on the... How many chances did he get? And one thing... Look, listen, people are always cooking me on Twitter. Calm. Because for me, like, I don't really care if I get cooked. But then again, it's like, when my thing comes to pass, I don't even make noise either. They told me, damn you, we need to switch up the attack. Let it work for Lukaku. Let it work for the attackers. Big man, we've changed the attack. We're creating higher quality chances, but you man are still not finishing. What's this? Like, what is this? Lukaku is gassing out in the 5th minute. Come on now, you're 100 M's and you can't run. I feel like, I don't even, nah man. Look at how things have switched up so quickly.
It's madness, isn't it?
I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off. We won, but I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Man, let me not even say what's on my mind if I get fighting on the streets. But listen, at the end of the day, like, this Chelsea team, look at for example, Ziyech today, he played really well. Do you know what I'm saying? Really well. But then again, fundamentally speaking, it was too predictable. Callum Hudson-Odoi and Ziyech really worked well against Tottenham because Callum was holding up a lot of the ball. The Tottenham players got drawn out. But then Plymouth was so concentrated and they managed to keep that back line flat. So Ziyech didn't have the space to come in, cut inside and cook as well. But Ziyech put in the effort. Mount put in the effort. Speaking of Callum Hudson-Odoi, big man. It's no longer 2018, bro. This ain't 2018. I've been living off your highlight reels for 4 years. You need to switch it on. Do you know what I'm saying? I've been gassing Callum based on what I saw years ago in the academy. Now, I'm not really seeing that on the pitch. I know the talent is there, but I need to see it. You now move over to Havertz and Werner. I don't know why listen, I'm all for support and whatever. Why were they chanting Timo like he was performing so excellent on the pitch? This guy was running into spaces and like he could even run straight today. What's going on? Havertz came on. I was like, hey yo, we've got a striker in the building. And then in 90 seconds, he misses the goal twice. Big man, what's wrong with this? Like, what's this? And then you move over to the next set of attackers, like everything just keeps capitulating. So I don't even know what point we should actually start looking at FOF differently, because for me, fundamentally speaking, there's a lot wrong with that attack. How do you have £450 million in the box, yeah, and then César Azpilicueta is the one winning headers? You got Alonso, you got Rudiger, Malang Sarr, Lukaku, Big Kai Havertz, none of them, and it's Aspi winning headers. Come on now, don't take the piss.
What did you think of the team selection though? Like, the attack has been a questionable thing for recent times for Chelsea. So what was your verdict on how we set up today?
I saw the team and I was thinking 5-6-0 because I'm just like, this lot, look what they did to Tottenham. I was expecting them to actually come through and operate at the highest level that I'm like. That was a very strong Chelsea team. That Chelsea team just piped Tottenham. What are we talking about? That wasn't like one little mock about, oh, you've said. No, it was a strong team. And then from like everything was the 4 at the back, 3 midfielders, 3 attackers. It was fine. We swapped to 4-1-4-1. We did 4-2-4. Nothing was wrong with the team selection in my mind. Absolutely nothing. It's just that the players didn't even care. When we got 1-0 down, they looked so lethargic for 30 minutes. Then when cover hit the bar, then Callum hit the bar, things started switching up. But in the grand scheme of things, like, there was nothing wrong with the selection. It was just that the actual players themselves, are they good enough? Do you know what I mean? Are they actually good enough? Like, at what point are we going to sit down and be like, look, it's not the formation, it's not the manager. Some of those players are just not good enough. We need to start a dialogue on this very soon. I've been talking about it for months, but people think, oh yeah, formation, you can do, but no worries. I'll keep quiet. We'll visit this at the end of the season. It's calm.
Well, there we go. You make a very interesting point there, Dami. We are through to the next round of the FA Cup, though. Obviously, Club World Cup coming up as well. Let's take the positives from this game. And Kepa, what a save as well, very quickly.
Kepa, do you know, this Kepa remontada is something for the ages. Do you know what I'm saying? Aging like Kepa, honestly, I feel like the first goal he could have done a bit better, but generally speaking, Kepa was really good today. Do you know what I'm saying? There were moments where I felt a bit uncomfortable with him in the goal, but generally speaking, really well. Got the penalty save pattern. Do you know, I'm coming from like, if you ever asked me today was really good, you know what I'm saying? Ziyech, everybody knows I don't really like him that much, but Ziyech was very good today. Him and Mason Mount were linking up really nicely and they're trying to get into those few pockets or whatever. They really stretched Plymouth, so that those are some really good positives from obviously.
Well, let's end on a positive then. Let's end there. Let's end there.
Yeah. All right, lock off shop. Lock it off.
Okay, I believe we had some really positive things to say about our attack now.
Our attack is not that good, to be honest. I think going forward, I think we need to look at ways in which we can improve our attack in the summer. It's been going on for too long. You see the fact that all of them are not even in sync. If you saw Romelu Lukaku wanting to play a pass, took so long in playing a pass to Timo Werner, and I'm just wondering, like, what's really going on? Is it that none of our attackers actually see or understand each other, or we're just not good enough. So I'm just trying to figure out like what's going on, but we need to revamp our attack going forward in the summer. I think it's clear for all to see.
Are you surprised we didn't do any more business in January?
I'm absolutely shocked, to be honest. One thing I just don't understand is, look, Ben Chilwell and Reece James are our first team fullbacks, and we didn't even attempt to get anyone in January. Like, for me, it just doesn't really make any sense. Because at the end of the day, look, I respect Azpi. Azpi is one of my favourite players, but we have to be honest with ourselves. Azpi is slowing down, and this system requires fast and creative wing-backs to be able to do anything they want, and we don't have that. And Alonso and Azpi, they're not really good wing-backs, let's just be honest with ourselves. And the board could not even get anyone in January, so I'm actually very, very surprised. I don't know, what I heard is that in summer they want to make sure that they get quality in the summer, so they don't want to get panicked by it, so I can understand that. But come on, we were supposed to get at least one wing back for January, so I'm just a bit shocked. But
well, let's take the positive from today though. Azpilicueta and Alonso were the ones that scored, so experience is always a key thing.
Definitely, yeah. The experience shown today, and that's something we can be all happy and positive about. But I think the story of everything is that attack is letting us down time and time again. And yeah, we just have to look forward. We got the World Cup on Wednesday to look forward to. And hopefully we put up a better performance, we show a bit more fight, and we, along the line, finish our chances as well.
Exactly, and it's not all doom and gloom. You know, we're still in the FA Cup, we're through to the next round, we've got a final coming up in the Carabao Cup, still in the Champions League, still arguably in the title race. Let's be positive. Okay, I'm now joined by Father. Father just has a very quick message.
Oh, Matthew, I love you, man. I miss you.
Okay, that was a bit out the blue. Let's talk football then. Let's move on very quickly. So, what did you make of that game?
It was awful. It was awful, but I feel we were a bit lucky to get through. I'm not questioning the performance. I'm questioning more of a fitness, because we've got 2-week break. We have no excuse. They've got like 3 games during that span of period against another opposition teams. How on earth we look so tired, so awful, look so lack of ideas, lack of energy in that period though.
Do you think we underestimated Plymouth today? Or do you think we played badly?
Both, I would say, because I feel like this is not a League One, like normal League One side. They're sitting 48 places above, 48 places below us. It's no excuse. We should beat this lot by like 4 or 5 goals to 6-0 and that. But we always make it ourselves to look so difficult sometimes. I feel like I don't want to keep going on attackers because at this point it's the same conversations for about 2 months now, and the fact that now the formation like this, the formation is not wrong. I thought the formation looks perfect. I thought we played 4-2-2 for the Tottenham game. It doesn't go wrong. I thought it was okay formation, but for me, the movement in that front three looks so awful at times. I don't know about you on the pitch, because I kept seeing Lukaku in that first half. I don't want to scapegoat this guy, but I had to criticise this guy, because that first half that was not good enough for Lukaku. Because I thought he'd getting bullied by 5 or 4 Plymouth players. By the way, Plymouth defence cost about 6 mil. 6 mil alone.
Wow.
You want to tell me?
Oh, you just told me. Okay, let's move on. What positives can you take from this game?
I think another step that in the competition that we go through at least that's the positive part. We go through in the 5th round. I think it might be the redemption for ourselves of what happened in the FA Cup last year. But then again, this is not sustainable football, I would say. Not sustainable football. If we play like this in the Club World Cup, you can say goodbye to that World Champions trophy.
Honestly, I'm looking at the Club World Cup teams here. One team that I have particularly in mind, Palmeiras, okay, the Brazilian side. We all know how the Brazilian side play football. But Al Hilal, for me, some of the rogue players that I know, Matheus Pereira, like, for me, that's the one that I scare a lot if we get against Al Hilal. But at the end of the day, we should be professional, and our squad costs about 400 mil, and we beat Plymouth by 1 goal. It is not excuse. It's not excuse. We're very fortunate to get away. Imagine I have to go back to Plymouth if we lose today. Oh my days! Like, honest to God, I have lots of friends travelling down from Plymouth to watch this game. I think they should be proud of themselves. If we play away at their ground, it could have been a lot horribly wrong.
Well, let's take the positives. We are through to the next round, and Tuchel, hopefully he's okay as well, obviously testing positive. We wish him all the best. But we're through, and we move on. We'll learn lots of lessons from this game, I'm sure. But we're through, let's take it and let's move on.
Hopefully we'll learn some lessons from this game, and hopefully that Club World Cup match on Wednesday, that could be our redemption. What happened to this game alone, all right, forget it. Let's just focus on Wednesday. Let's just focus ahead upon us, and just show the support for the boys,
Absolutely. Let's back them all the way. Thank you, Father.